welcome back my food mood friends. Chandra Zas, Zen Odyssey. So stoked you're here. Yes, welcome. And happy Thanksgiving in America here. Thank you for being here. And if you catch us on another day, happy Thanksgiving wherever you're at, because gratitude is always great, right? All right, so let's get to myth number 6, Mythbuster number 6. Happiness just happens by itself. Maybe this week during the Thanksgiving holiday, you're trying to you're trying to feel some good feelings. You're trying to feel good. I feel like that's oftentimes one of the points of the holidays and one of the points of our life is how do we feel more happy, right? And most of us have this belief that happiness just kind of happens. It just hits us in the head sometimes. It just appears in a box. It's something we can eat in our food. Happiness is something outside of us that we can try to attain by bringing something in, or something that just like miraculously happens to us. So I'm going to bust this myth apart. I'm going to tell you exactly where happiness comes from and how to create happiness. And you can this converts easily to gratitude, since this week is Thanksgiving and it's all about feeling grateful. Another really great emotion to feel, right? Okay, so every single emotion, happiness, gratitude, joy, all of the feelings, even the sad ones, angry, or even the hard ones, angry, sadness, frustration, every single emotion, worry, overwhelm, stress. I know I talk a lot about stress. Every single emotion that we have comes from our brain, comes from the thoughts that we think and the sentences in our head. And when we have these sentences, sometimes we're not aware that we're having them. Sometimes they're just speeding by and we don't even catch them. We're not even aware of the thoughts that we're having in our head. But I promise you that underneath every single emotion is a thought. All right? So happiness, the feeling, the emotional vibration of happiness comes from a thought. And the feeling of gratitude comes from a thought. It's not a miracle that just happens to us. It's not something that just suddenly appears. If you want to know why you're feeling anything that you're feeling, or why you're not feeling anything that you want to feel, like if you're not feeling happy, look inside your brain, look inside your mind and see, what is it that I'm thinking? I was thinking about this topic for this week because of the emphasis on gratitude. And gratitude is one of the most amazing feelings to feel. My Zen teacher said that gratitude is a state of grace. When we feel grateful for things in our life, it is a very almost like spiritual feeling to feel grateful. And when we can feel grateful for moments, for things in our life that are not ideal, not perfect, and not easy to feel grateful for, this is the accomplishment of someone who has learned how to manage their mind, who has learned how to take their brain's focus off of the negatives and to focus on the parts and the pieces that we can feel grateful for. So I want to share with you what I'm working on right now, feeling grateful for, because it's a challenge, and you can easily interchange it for happiness, because happiness does not just happen. So my man is going to go away for 5 months. He's going to go work overseas, and I'm going to be with my little one, being a single mom, which is not easy. And my little one and my man are not going to see each other except for on a screen for a long time. And I for sure am having waves of sadness about this. And you can look at my other videos on how to process emotions. And every time that wave of sadness comes up, I feel it and embrace it and know that I don't want to feel happy that he's going. This is not the goal. Who would want to feel happy if the person they love is not going to be with them for 5 months? But what I can do in addition to allowing the sadness, I can also focus my brain on the parts that I'm grateful for. And I can use brain management, mental management, to create and generate a state of gratitude. So I'm really grateful that my man has work. I'm really grateful that we have an income. I'm really grateful that he gets to do these 2 projects in his business that he really wants to do and he's really excited about. I'm really grateful that we are in California where I'm with my friends and family, and I get to be, and my little one and I get to spend time with all of these people we haven't spent time with in a long time. And so I can focus on these aspects of this upcoming 5 months for us, and I can generate feelings of gratitude. I can feel grateful. Just even telling you that list, I can feel gratitude. Versus when I tell you that he's not going to be here for 5 months, I can feel the sadness. Maybe you even notice that as you're watching the video or listening to this audio. You can maybe see and feel how my energy changes based on the thoughts that I'm thinking. And they're the same thing as the words that I'm saying to you right now. So you can hear my thoughts out loud, and you can hear and feel how my emotions change depending on what I'm sharing. Just the same thing as all of us. Whenever we're thinking, we're generating and creating feelings. So 2020 has been crazy for everyone I talk to, and feeling gratitude is a big practice for all of us this year. But I'm sure that you can find parts of your life that there have been maybe bonuses and upsides and things to feel grateful for this year. And yes, feel the sadness, feel the anger, feel the loss of all of the hardness of this year. But when you want to, know you have the choice to focus on the things that make you feel grateful or the things that make you feel happy. That this is not, the feelings that we have are not just happening to us. They're not just miraculous. They're not from anything outside of us. They are from the thoughts that we're thinking. It's really powerful work when we realize that happiness doesn't just happen to us. Happiness is something that's related to the thoughts that we're thinking. All right, so this is Mythbuster number 6. I'm winding it up here. I had a blast doing these Mythbusters. Next up is my program launch, December. I'm opening my schedule for new people. You've heard me say this before. I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited. I hope you're getting excited too. And have a beautiful Thanksgiving. And I want to just throw in there one more thing, because I know that this offering of positive thoughts is oftentimes overdone and can feel kind of barfy. And it's not only about thinking positive thoughts, it's thinking positive thoughts that we believe. And that's the piece that really matters, is you can't just pretend to think thoughts. And you're pretending if you don't have an emotional connection, if you don't have the buy-in of your body, if your emotions don't respond to your thoughts, then you're pretending. You're not thinking thoughts that you believe.